showing compassion for negative emotions while gently challenging unhelpful behaviors. This clip shows how patience and persistence are needed when working with parents' frustration, worry, and hopelessness about problematic behavior and safety issues. It can be challenging to stay compassionate with parents who complain about their children when we worry about how their communication impacts the youth, yet it's critically important to do so.
I don't care who's guilty. I just want this. I just want Katie to be safe and to feel good. I don't care if I'm feeling guilty or if I'm sad or what is like I feel like I I just I just want her to be safe.
Okay, I have a crazy question. Who thinks it's possible that having some real conversations about how what's going on for people might help with Katie being safe in this moment? Like, how much do you think it's possible that talking about what's going on in a different way, like we're trying to do here, could help? Even just a little bit.
I don't know. We've gone through so much of talking about things with, you know, other therapists at the hospital when she was hospitalized. And it's like, things seem like, yeah, things are gonna work and then she's again in the same place. Like we keep going back to like one was saying the being stuck. I can't think about anything else. It's hard for me to concentrate at work or doing anything because when you have a child who's just hurting herself, you can't rest. I mean, I can't sleep. I'm like, if she's home, I'm going to her room like 50 million times, checking.
So you're constantly checking on whether she's safe.
Yeah,
And does that seem to help?
no. I mean, it's just, it works for the minute that I saw her and she's alive and breathing. And then um, the moment don't have eyes on her, I'm worried sick. It's just, that's what.
Who's most worried about Katie's safety in the family? And who next?
Sure.
You think you're the second next? And who's the third next from your perspective?
I would say Caden.
You would say Katie? What would you say, Lexi? Who do you think is most worried and least worried, and how to go down the line?
I think mom's probably the most worried, but I think I'm worried too. I just don't show it the same way that they do. I don't know who's more worried. We're all worried.
Hmm. Who do you think is the least worried?
Well, I would have said Katie before today, but since she's saying all this today, maybe she's worried too.
Oh, so before today, before you would have thought Katie was the least worried about her safety.
I mean, she's the one that keeps doing the
Yeah.
things.
Okay. If you perceive that Katie was more worried about her own safety, would that help you worry less?
Definitely to me.
Mm. At least we know that she might tell us how she's feeling. I mean, if she was worried about what she's doing, she might tell us when she's feeling, to warn us that she's feeling a certain way.
Who do you think, Katie's been most worried about your safety and well-being?
I think mom has been most worried.
And then who, from your perspective, has been second?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I feel everyone's worry
Mhm,
in different ways.
mhm.
So it's hard to like,
What would it take for you to step up and be the primary person worried about your own safety? What would you need from your family members to help you to do that?
um, yeah, no, I don't know.
Are things that they are there things that people do that make it harder for you to take responsibility for your own safety?
Um, I, I don't know. I think it's just hard for me when I just like feel so guilty all the time. And then I just like feel like I'm drowning in that,
Guilty about
like everything, like guilty that I made you feel afraid or worried about me, or guilty that you have to come to the hospital again, or I don't know, just guilty when you're playing with your or hanging out with your friends and mom is texting you again that I'm in the hospital again, and I feel guilty that I'm like ruining everything.
Honey, you're not ruining everything. And I'll go anywhere. I'll go to the hospital. I'll go to the ends of the earth for you. I just don't want you to feel the way that you're feeling so that you have to do this to yourself. It's just, what can we do? Can we do for you to feel better?
Um, I don't know. Maybe just have times where things are normal and I'm not like the center of attention.
that's a tall order.
I don't know how we would do that.
Well, let's talk about that. She made a request. What if the more it seems like the more you're worried, the more you do to try to keep her safe, the more she's not keeping herself safe, the more she feels guilty, the more you feel worried, the more you do. I don't know what happens exactly between the two of you, but I'm sure there's more information that we don't have yet. It sounds like there's kind of a pattern where you, especially, and Juan in your own way, are worrying a lot about Katie's safety. And in a way, she's feeling guilty, but she's not worrying about her own safety.
Well, that's why, I keep saying, if we knew she was safe, like she went to a program where they would have supervision 24/7 and she was safe, then maybe we could do the family therapy and again.
So you wish that there was somebody could keep her safe.
Yeah, because clearly we haven't been able to keep her safe, and I would have to be with her 24/7, which is what
Which
they
is
have at the program.
But it sounds like you've been trying to be with her 24/7 and it hasn't helped.
But I can't because I have to go to work, and it's just it's just That's what I want. I want us to have normal
You want to be able to
interaction, but I have to be sure that you're going to be with us too.
So when your mom is constantly checking on you and making sure you're okay, what effect does that have?
Um, I don't know, like partially annoyed, like, oh my God, again, checking in on me
Mhm.
again. I'm still sitting in the same spot in the same room and nothing has changed.
Okay. So partially annoyed and what else?
Um, partially like guilty because I know why you're checking in on me. And I feel like that's not a normal thing that normal families do. And partially, I think I also kind of like knowing that you're always like there.
Huh. Interesting. So that, wow. So part of you appreciates your mom checking in a lot. Part of you is annoyed and part of you feels guilty.
We see how interactional patterns between people are keeping things stuck. Helping the family see that without blaming them is an art. It can be tempting to explain to the family how they need to change, but that typically invites resistance and shame and imposes solutions that may not work for their family. The family therapist is asking family members questions that help them see their situation in a new light, create more connected relationships, and initiate change in behaviors. The therapist shares what she sees happening in the family and describes it as a pattern which holds the problem. The therapist acknowledges people's upset feelings and then tries to shift the conversation away from the problem focused conversation. By maintaining a slow pace, giving herself time to think, and using a soothing voice, she helps regulate the family in the context of challenging conversations. She demonstrates that she's concerned for the well being of all family members and values everyone's contributions and needs equally.